together at CNN. I know you well. And
all right, y'all. Welcome to the stream. I'm gonna be talking about some real stuff today.
Everybody I know who plays poker called
I
me
just
right
seen
away
the
and said,
news, and I wanted to comment on something. So thank you everybody for chiming in. I'm trying to get the Facebook side of it set up real quick. So let me see something. So the title of the stream is Trump shutting down his Trumperment. So that's a play on words. All right, so I'm trying to get the Facebook stream up and running. Okay. So let me go here to my channel here. And my channel here. And my channel here. And my channel here. And my channel here. All right, y'all, give me a second, because I'm trying to pull up the Facebook side. All right, I'm about to get into it ASAP. All right, I'm about to get into it ASAP. All right. All right, let me turn down the music real quick. And I'm just about to check and see if the Facebook side is streaming. All right. All right, check 1, 2. Yeah. All right, let me check on the Facebook side real quick. All right, the Facebook side is streaming, so I'm good. All right, y'all. I can turn this down. Matter of fact, let me. Y'all gonna hear echo. All right. Y'all good? All right. Now I got the stream on and popping. Let me full screen that. All right. Hold up. Let me take this earphone. So you turn this down. Okay. All right. Thanks everybody for coming in and watching this. These are my rants. What's up, Chimichanga? All right. Now, before I start, let me just basically say, not, and I have to emphasize this, and I need to put up a advisory warning, because if this is your first time watching my stream, shit gets real. Hold up. Let me pause that real quick. Okay. All right, there we go. All right. So ignore what I said before. Now I got my advisory warning up. Look, if you have ever watched my stream where I ramble on, you know that shit gets real, right? And let me start off by saying, man, that not every white person is a racist. Not every white person voted for this idiot that's in the White House. And even if you did vote for the idiot that's in the White House and you're not a racist, like I think Edward Lilly, my man Edward Lilly, he likes Trump. And I have no problem with Edward Lilly. I'm trying to go out and hang with him because he lives somewhere in Virginia and he likes the streams, right? So that proves right there, not all Trump supporters are racist, and not all Trump supporters are. I didn't vote for him, first of all. So not all Trump supporters are assholes, right? So let's just get that out the way. All right. And this little rambling series is going to go in plenty different directions and stuff like that. You're going to hear a couple of curse words. You're going to hear me just banter on, maybe to the left and the right, but just take what I say. Don't take it personal. This is just my feelings. These are my opinions. And if I offended anybody, I'm not going to apologize for what I said, but I'll apologize for the way that you took it. So without further ado, let's get into this Trump permit. That's what I call it. And basically, it's about the TSA workers, the people that's laid off, that's not getting paid, other than the TSA workers. And I wasn't going to stream tonight because I'm extremely tired. I started something new, and I need to get some rest because I'm going to be streaming Resident Evil tomorrow. Oh, Resident Evil 2. Plus, Chimmy, you watching, I'm going to need you tomorrow, bro, because you know my nerves are bad, and I'm not going to be able to play that game. So I'm going to need you to take over the stream for me. Share, play the drink. All right? So now that we got that out the way. I saw, now I live in the DMV for all of you that's watching. I saw that a lot of the rail services are giving free rides to these people that are forced to go back to work without pay. So that's a good thing. That is a very good thing. It is a sad situation that these people have to go back to work with no pay in sight. And who gives a damn about these federal government employees that have to go back to work with no pay? All right. I don't know if I'm too loud because I'm hearing some spike. Well, I'm seeing some spikes. So these people that have to go back to work with no pay is ridiculous. Who gives a shit about these people? Nobody. And I'm going to put some companies on blast. You think Comcast gives a shit about any federal employee that can't pay that bill? Your cable will get cut. They probably just cut your cable now and you're not able to watch the ending of my sentence. They cut your shit. They don't give a shit. Your credit card companies, Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express, they don't give a shit about these government workers. Pay your bill or get the fuck. You know what I'm saying? We're going to put some interest on your shit. Landlords, your mortgage company, every bank. I don't give a fuck if it's a small bank in the middle of the fucking desert. They don't give a fuck. They want you took out a loan, they want their money back, right? So, as I said, this shit is rambling and I'm going all over the place. But I'm just so frustrated with seeing how this Trumperment has been shut down. And a lot of you people that voted for this dude, I wonder what's your opinion of him right now. Because a lot of you that are privileged to watch this stream, that is able to afford the way that you get your internet feed and are able to watch this stream, if you're not directly affected by this, you will be soon, because everybody is going to be affected by this Trumperment shutdown. You know why? Because the people that inspect your food they can't work. They're not going to work. And even if they do work, you think if you're going to work and not getting paid, you're really going to give a shit about anything? If I have to go to work without getting paid, I have to spend gas money. I have to get to where I'm going to. Can't eat lunch because I can't afford it. You really think I'm going to give a shit about if the meat that I'm inspecting has any type of bacteria in it? I don't give a shit. So that's how a lot of these people feel. TSA people. I got to fly out soon. And I'm honestly afraid to fly because the TSA. Now, there was a report that somebody was able to carry a gun on a flight. Maybe because the TSA person was like, fuck it, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Just let the dude go through or whatever. But some of this shit that's not directly involving you all is involving you all. You know what I'm saying? Every fucking thing. Everything is involving you all. Especially my Uber and Lyft drivers and my cab drivers. I got my man works for I got two of my folks that work for no, three. Matter of fact, three people that I know that works for either Lyft or Uber. And I don't know how it works, but they were talking about some surgeons and you get paid a certain amount at a certain time, and that's when probably like downtown or something where people are going to work and stuff like that. But that money is gone. So people trying to get to work and people that do work for the federal government that usually take a cab or that usually take some type of share ride services, they're not using that anymore. So the people that do drive them cars have to, some of them bank on that particular pay for that moment. You know what I'm saying? So I never drove for Lyft and I never drove for Uber. So I'm honestly not sure of how that situation works, but I'm quite sure that my folks that do work for Lyft and Uber knows how that situation goes. And it is a pain in the ass, man, to go through that type of shit and you're not being able to pay your bills, pay your light bill, pay your mortgage bill, pay your whatever type bill. And nobody that works, nobody that works want to just work and not have any type of recreation. You know, you go to work, You come home, you go to work and come home. If that's all you do, you're not living your life. You know what I'm saying? You're just doing enough to pay the bills. And then if you have extra money, you know, you want to go out. You want to go out on vacation. You may want to go out to eat. You may want to go out to the movies or some shit like that. But if you have to take all that money and pay bills with it, I mean, you got to pay your bills because you have to live. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you need some place to live. But that's not, to me, that's not living. There's no recreation right there. You know what I'm saying? So the Trumpament shutdown is affecting everybody. It's affecting, I'm telling you, if you don't work for the federal government, it's affecting you because services that other people use to make a living or to do certain things is not getting done. And the biggest thing in America is the food. I mean, if you don't have anybody inspecting the food that you're consuming, beef, poultry, all that stuff, man, fruits, leather. We just had a scare with the leathers. You know what I'm saying? So, it's messed up, man. It's really messed up. So, I just came on here to vent a little bit. So that's pretty much about it. But and I also wanted to test out some of the stuff in the stream. I'm doing the stream tomorrow, Resident Evil. I'm actually not playing it because my nerves are bad and I don't do the jump scare stuff. So we're going to probably have Chimichanga, who's in the stream. I'm gonna try to get him to play the joint. But I usually did a series every week where I talked about a serious topic, and I'm gonna get back into that. But wow, man, this government Trumpament shutdown is so stupid and ridiculous. And I wish I had. This is what I wish. I wish I had somebody that supported the Grand Wizard, is what I call him. I wish I had somebody that supported him to come on, and then somebody that did support him and no longer supported him to come on. And I would like to have a conversation with those two individuals. And like I said, man, if you support the Grand Wizard, more power to you. If you're one of the supporters that do support the dude and you're not an ass, you're not racist, you still believe in equality for all people, all races, despite what you believe about if he's making a positive impact on the country, as long as you're not racist, we can be copacetic, right? We can be cool. I'm going to tell you about the story. I know I said I was about to get off, but if you watch these series, man, I just ramble and you never know what's going to fly out. I used to have a buddy of mine that I actually met while I was streaming. He used to come into the streams a lot, and I forget what his name was, but he was a Trump supporter. I didn't know this until the night that we had a falling out, but some of the stuff that he said, I think it started over a video that I found that somebody tagged me in down in DC about how some of these feds was trying to set up these dudes, and they found a gun on one dude and they let him go. Now this was a black dude now, and even a couple of cops that watches this show, they even was like, yeah, they set the motherfuckers up. You know what I'm saying? So it started over that, and his Cody, that's his name, that motherfucker. But he was like, they shouldn't have been selling weed out there. Nowhere in the video did they show these dudes selling weed or none of that shit. So his go-to thing was they black and they selling weed. And then I was like, I don't know how we got on the subject of the Grand Wizard. I think he got offended because I kept calling that fucker in the White House the Grand Wizard. I think he got offended by that. And then he kept saying he was something. He said something, and actually it was me and there was about 4 of us on the stream that night because we was playing PUBG, and he got into his feelings, and I did everything in my power to be like, all right, let's change the subject. Let's talk about something else. I was like, I still fuck with you, dude. I still fuck with you, all right? Even though you're a Trump supporter, I still fuck with you. And the only reason why I said that is because he seen the episodes from the Gamer Show, and he saw these rants that I do, and yet he had never came to me sideways. He knew what complexion I was. He knew some of the stuff about me, but he never, projected those type of thoughts or beliefs on me. You know what I'm saying? And we just had a falling out, and I had said some things. I had said some things, and one of my folks, he was like, man, take down that stream, because what he said was, I can't wait to take your stream and chop it up, to try to make it seem like he was in the right? So it's always 3 sides to every story. Your side, that side, and the truth. So I'm gonna admit that there was some of the stuff that I was wrong for saying in that, but he just got me so heated that it pissed me off. And once he crossed that line, it was like no going back. It was a done deal. You know what I'm saying? So hold on, I got some comments going on. Folks, if you're commenting my feelings on Trump, yeah, he's wait. Yeah, that it was him. And oh man, I wish I was just talking to my man today, right? And I was like, man, I wish I could have saved that recording somewhere before I wish I would have downloaded it before I deleted it, man. But he had pissed me off, man. That I forget what his gamer tag is on PlayStation, but he had pissed me off, dude. He had pissed me off so bad with the shit that he was saying. And what first started off was the shit when he said they shouldn't have been out there selling weed. So you're making assumptions that just because those guys sitting out on the block were selling weed, even if they were selling weed, there was nothing on video that you saw. You didn't see no bags. You didn't see anything. You didn't see them selling any weed. It was just some niggas hanging out on a corner, on the block. It's something that people do all around America. They was just hanging. It was some young dudes hanging on the block. Now, what they were doing, I don't know. I can't tell you. But what I saw with my own eyes, with the 4 eyes that I have, I didn't see anybody selling weed. All I saw was dudes hanging on the corner. Then what I saw was police rolled up and they said, hey, we're just here to check the tent of this car. The guys was just chilling. So how did they go from checking a tent and then to a dude patting the dude down? Now, I share a lot of personal stuff that my personal life on these streams. What I can tell you is I'm not I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. So this is how that played out. So if I'm just hanging out with my dudes on the street, we just chilling, and it's some random dude that come up. Oh, I forgot I put the advisory warning on there so I can curse. So if a random motherfucker just comes up, we don't know this motherfucker, right? So that's why the dude was hanging in the background, like chilling on the motherfucking gate. So you don't know this motherfucker. Who this? But a nigga come up and you start talking, hey, woo, woo, blah, 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 blah. So, all right. So we don't know him. So we don't let the dude get too close to us. If we up there drinking some Crown Royal Apple or motherfuckers some E&J or something like that, we just chilling on the block. You know, whatever. So if the dude come up, we don't know him. But y'all can't tell me. You can look at any video and any situation. If a police officer pulls a firearm off of anybody, they're going to handle the situation differently than what they did in this video. Add on a black man, and this is not a black and white situation, y'all. It's just facts. If a black cop, a white cop, a Chinese cop, an Indian cop, whoever the fuck a cop, whatever race he is, if he pulls off a gun off of a black male, there are going to be guns drawn out. There were at least over 7 officers surrounding these group of guys. When they pulled the gun off, and I know I'm supposed to be talking about the Trumpament being shut down, but I'm just adding this story. If they pulled a gun off of a black man, they would have had guns drawn out. I have been in that situation before, y'all. I have seen that. This ain't shit that I've just watched on YouTube. I have been in a situation where some random dude come up and a police officer come up, jump outs come up, and they frisking everybody. When they pull a gun off a motherfucker, everybody get down on the ground, get down on. You not going to just get a gun pulled off of, and then be like, and then you could just dip off into the sunset. That shit ain't gonna happen. That is not gonna happen. Not in the city, not in the DMV, not in Southeast DC or wherever that shit occurred. You're not going to walk away from that situation. You're going to be in handcuffs. And what is so stupid is that the dude Slam walked off. He walked off into the sunset, because in the video the dudes are like, where'd Slam go? And it's like Slim just went off, and the dude's like, oh, that Bama was with him. So if you watch the video, I forget where that link is, man. If you watch the video, the dude walked Slam the fuck off. He walked Slam the fuck off. There's no way that shit would have happened. And then you hear the dudes be like, oh man, Slim was with him. So what happened was, and I'm going to tell you what happened. I don't know if this is true or not, but watching the video and being in those type of situations, I'm going to tell you what happened. When they went to go set these guys up, they already had the informant or the dude already with the pistol on it, right? So what the cops would have told them, okay, put the pistol in your right side, backside, right? So when we go to frisk you, we'll pull out the gun, right? So the Bama would have been like, okay, I'm going to put it on the right side, on the back side. So what happened was the motherfucker probably put it on the other side, right? So when a cop went to frisk him, he frisked him, right? Ain't find the gun and shit, right? So if a police officer frisk you and they pat you down and they don't find nothing. Now, I'm not sure of this, not because I am not a cop. I don't see them going back a second time and frisking you, because after the initial frisk, okay, we can't find nothing. We don't feel nothing. Why then would the officer go back and frisk the guy again and then pull out a weapon? And then what he said was, not everybody get on the ground. Get the fuck on the ground, right? No, they ain't say that. What he said was, see, I done pulled this off your boy. Now I'm going to need IDs for everybody. What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here, man. What type of shit is that? But that's what happened. I'm talking about the falling out between Cody and I. That's what happened when he was like, well, and then I took offense to that. And I'm like, you don't know how it is growing up. And I should have changed the name of this stream to not the Trumpament, but something else, because I'm diverting from the Trumpament shutdown. And I mean, well, that's how it started. All right, so back to the topic, and then I said I was about to go, but I'm just getting so amped about this. But I'm passionate about the stuff that I talk about, y'all. Yo, if you know somebody that's struggling in this Trumpament shutdown, help them out as much as you can. Now, I'm not telling you to go broke doing it, because you have to survive as well. But if you know somebody that's going through this Trumpament shutdown, everybody that's watching this on Periscope, you're watching this on Mixer, you're watching this on Twitch, you're watching this on Facebook, you know somebody that's directly impacted by this Trumpament shutdown. Give them something to eat, man. Give them a couple of dollars to eat. You know what I'm saying? You figure out, okay, how much money do you spend a week? You go to work from 9 to 5, right? How much of that money, how much money do you spend on meals or lunches throughout that week? How much money do you spend, right? How many times do you go to Chipotle throughout the week? What's a burrito bowl, like $10? And then you buy a drink that's $12. All right. So, you know, whatever. Because I don't frequently go to Chipotle. So I think they got crack in that shit. I don't know. Because line's long on this motherfucker. But get something cheaper. You know what I'm saying? And then save that money. Give that to somebody, man, that's affected by this. Because it's going to affect you in the end. Try and tell you, man. Just help somebody out, bro. I can't. Chipotle is garbage. Yeah. I don't eat it all like that, so I don't know. But I don't go to it because I think they got crack in that shit, man. Them motherfucking lines be like they going to see Michael Jackson come back to life or something. That's how long the motherfucking lines be. But these people that's suffering through this shutdown, through this Trumpament shutdown, y'all try to help these folks out, man. I would. I can't do it by myself, and it's easier to say but harder to do because you have obligations of your own. But I'm just saying, if you know somebody, now I honestly, and I'm not just saying this, but I don't really know anybody that works in the federal government, because most of the people that I know, they have 9-to-5s outside of government jobs. I don't think I think my cousin, he doesn't work for the federal, because he does the snow plow and all that other shit. So I don't think nobody directly in my family works for the federal government. But if I did, it wouldn't be no problem to be like, you know, come over to the house, man. You know, it would be something, not because not everybody wants a handout, and that's what some people, just their pride. Oh shit. Damn. My man. Oh, I didn't know. I did not know, bro. How are you coping with that shit though? Yeah, if you read the comments, hopefully y'all can see those comments that's coming up. Okay. All right. So we got somebody, my man Eric, in the joint. Okay. That's good. That's good to hear, man. Cause I was like, damn, my man. Now I do know somebody, but yeah. He's not affected by the process. But y'all try to do something. Like I said, a lot of people won't like handouts and stuff like that, because a lot of people have their pride, right? And I'm a testament to that. Like, I have to be on my last cent before I ask anybody for any fucking thing. My pride comes before any fucking thing. I have been in the case where I have struggled. I mean, struggled to. I was motherfucking squeezing the copper color off a penny to survive. You know what I'm saying? Like my fucking penny was clear because I squeezed all that copper out of that motherfucker just to make ends meet. You know what I'm saying? So I've been in that situation, and I never went to anybody and be like, look, man, can you know what I'm saying? Nah, dude. I had to get it the way I had to get it, man. And y'all could take that and roll with it and do whatever you want to with that story. But a lot of people pride come in the way of that. But if you know somebody that's affected by that situation, by this trumpament shutdown, just, you know what I'm saying, like, look, man, we was gonna have a couple of beers and shit, you know what I'm saying, come past, and, you know, man, woo, we got some fucking chicken and shit, or we gonna cook, and, you know what I'm saying, some shit like that, invite them over. At least they have a meal. I mean, that's just some little shit that you can do. Hey, I'm not the problem solver, and I don't know what it is that you can actually do to help people out. I'm just making suggestions. All I'm saying is if you have somebody that you know that's affected by this hostage situation, reach out to them, man, and try to help them in any way that you can. If you spend $50 a week in lunch, try spending 40. You know what I'm saying? That, you know how much fucking $10 can, I'm telling you, dude, $10 can buy a $10 can buy you groceries on a poor man's budget. Trust me, I know. $10 can feed you for, well, I'm just talking about one person. $10 can feed you for a whole week. I've done it. I've done it all for $10 motherfucking dollars, man. I'm telling you, y'all motherfuckers just don't know what I had to go through. Where I'm at right now, the stage in my life that I'm at right now, I'm good. I'm really good. I've been through so much shit in the past couple of years, and to finally get to a place where I can exhale and be so fucking comfortable is such a good feeling than where I was a couple of years ago, man. Y'all just don't know what type of shit I was dealing with, man. A couple of years ago, that shit was crazy. And before y'all start speculating, nah, it ain't no R. Kelly type shit. Nah, fuck that nigga, man. Nah, it wasn't no shit like that. It was just some emotional, stressful events that I was going through, man. And people that know me personally, they know what I talk about. I like to tell what I go through, but I'm not stupid. I'm not trying to put everything on blast. You know what I'm saying? If you know me personally, or if you know me, you know what I went through and shit like that. But this, oh man, let's talk about the Grand Wizard. The Grand fucking Wizard, man, is what I call him. Holding these people paychecks hostage. Yep. That's the way you could do it. That's the way that you could do it. Holding these people money hostage. Now, before I start talking about the Grand Wizard, I also, let me say this again. Not all white people are racist. Not all the people that voted for the Grand Wizard is racist. Okay? Some people that did vote for the Grand Wizard probably believed all the shit that he was saying. And I welcome anybody that supports the Grand Wizard to come on and talk to me. And I would love to talk to a person that supports him and a person that supported him and no longer does. I would love to get both people on the show. I won't disrespect you. don't disrespect me. We can keep it cordial. Voice volumes may go a little high, but we are, at the end of the day, we are all adults here. We all are men. We all are women. So if you come on, you can call the number that's right there, and we can schedule up a appointment, and I'll get everything set up so we can do it. All right. So if you are a supporter of the Grand Wizard and I offend you, these are only my beliefs. I'm not going to apologize for them, because these are my thoughts, and this is my belief. All right. Shut up, Jimmy. Now, and this is not a black and white thing, what most people are going to take it as. If this was Barack Obama, they would have impeached his ass. Obama would have been sitting in Upper Marlboro jail till right now, if he would have did this. Half of the shit that, minute shit that this motherfucker done did, and this motherfucker done said, no other president in the world has been as upfront, showed racist tendencies as this dude has. I can go on a list, and I can go on for hours and say what he has done, what he has said, and people that support the Grand Wizard would still argue that he's still doing good for the country. He is not. The Grand Wizard is still getting paid throughout this Trumpament shutdown. He is still getting paid. His dollars, his bank account is not being affected by this Trumpament shutdown. So he's getting paid. He doesn't give a fuck about nothing and nobody else, right? The thing about the collusion and all this other shit, I'm not a reporter. I didn't read the fucking files, and I can say I honestly don't know if the motherfucker did it or not. But the shit that's coming out sure does point the finger at him, and the way that he's acting, the things that he is saying. If you're innocent of the crimes that you commit, if you go back and say, hey, Fred done shot that motherfucker right there, I'm like, nah, nigga, I ain't shoot that nigga, man. I ain't shoot that nigga. You did. Like, motherfucker, look, I was in the house. I was playing some Resident Evil. I was streaming on Twitch. I was streaming on all my networks. I had some Crown Royal that I brought from the store, and I was in the fucking house. It was like, what time did the nigga get shot? The nigga got shot at 10 o'clock. Nigga, I was still streaming at 10 o'clock. That wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? So I can prove my shit. Like, okay, Fred ain't kill him, because he was streaming at 10 o'clock, and he was right there. There you go. Timestamp 10 o'clock. IP address. The motherfucker was streaming. Okay, you can watch the YouTube videos. He was streaming. All right, so I'm innocent, and that's all that needs to be said. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker, man, he keeps trying to direct. Oh, I'm telling you, man, and that's the reason why he shut the Trumpament down, because he's trying to do a smoke screen. I'm telling you, y'all, he's trying to do a smoke screen to avoid the prosecution of collusion. So he's guilty as a motherfucker, because a lot of facts have came out to show that he's guilty. So he is guilty. I can't say that he's guilty because I haven't read none of the fucking facts. I haven't read no papers, but I've seen what has been presented on the news, and it sure do sound like the motherfucker did the collusion. But if you didn't do it, you had certain ways to say, okay, I didn't do it, and bam, 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 or whatever. You can prove you're innocent. Not go on the defensive and then try to divert the attention to something else to cover that. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to mask the situation to cover your involvement with rigging this election, with that election, right? So that's what he's doing. You're shutting down the Trumpament so you can stop the FBI investigation and investigating his ass for the wrong that he did. You're not so. Now, I have never been a political motherfucker, man. I'm gonna tell you right now. I have never been a even when Barack was in office, I was never into politics and shit like that. So I didn't know about the politics. You know what I'm saying? I didn't. That shit that I learned in high school about the branches, that shit went out the fucking window. I'm not into politics. My end of the goal. My goal is not to become the president. So I don't want to be no fucking governor. I don't want to be no president. I don't want to be none of that shit. So that's not my goal at the end of the day. So I have no interest in that. So I kind of stay away from that. That's why, you know, some of this move to Florida is so important. You know what I'm saying? For the gaming show. So, I mean, he's just making a smokescreen to cover up what's really going on. So the more that people talk about this Trumpament shutdown, the less they're going to be talking about the collusion investigation, because you don't have anything to go on, right? So that's basically what it is. And it's totally ridiculous of what this guy is doing. Y'all give me a hot second. I think I'm gonna keep the stream going until till I get tired, man. Let me see something. Hold on. I'm trying to find my camera. All right, y'all give me a quick second. I gotta run to the restroom real quick. TMI. And y'all listen to the song that I did a couple of years ago. I'm on the last verse, so I'll probably be back before I come on this joint. But y'all hold on. Y'all give me like a minute or so. You know what I'm saying? I'll be right back. And I'm going to continue the stream. So y'all hold on for a second. We crush them. 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 We crush.
Who you say is better than me? The question I ask. I put my voice up on the track and make that shit go flat. Never will I change, I'm gonna remain the same. And you can call it what you want, I'm like a vet in this game. I've been doing this thing since I've been getting type of changes. Up there with the Mount High Club, exchanging faces. I'm all about my money, these honeys, they come and go. So give me my drinks and my smoke and I'm ready to roll. I'm yelling ho when I see them in the streets, they looking good. I got my game up and I'm playing for keeps. I gotta stay up and can't nobody hold me down, cause this is a man's world. Rest in peace to James Brown. Yeah, that's right. Who am I, nigga? We OL. We OL. Who you say your name is? I think I forgot. You claiming something that you not and thinking that your spot is hot. I come around and drop a load and show you how I roll, cause life is too short to be portrayed as an asshole. You got me twisted if you thinking I'ma change up. You better go ahead before this whole game get blazed up. Don't sleep on the sides, I'm pulling heavy like a Chevy. If your crew wanted to, they can get it. I ain't standing G. I got a lot to offer, put that on my C-Mo. And if you can't stand it.
Alright, I'm back. Ouch. I had to, yeah. Alright. So, We got some people coming in here now. Okay. All right. So these joints are so entertaining for my man Eric. But I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. And I should have named, like I said, I should have named this stream something else. Doing these streams, if I didn't do these streams, my perception of a lot of people would have been the same, especially my perception of police officers. Now, all my interactions that I've had with police officers have not been on the joyful side. I've had some run-in with police officers that made me like, man, fuck the police, you know what I'm saying? But if it wasn't for people like my man Eric, it would have, I would have had that stigma. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? He was a person that made me change my thought process, because I thought all cops were bad, right? No matter if they talk to you cheerfully, I thought, like, you know, when you close your eyes, bam, you know what I'm saying? But if y'all, the people that like gaming and shit like that, he's a down to earth dude, man. And he changed. And then the dudes that the police officers that hang around him are like that. That's what made me change my shit, because I was like, damn, all these dudes are around him, because he's, the way that he acts, or the way that he carries himself, he's a stand-up dude, right? So he's not going have people around him that's all fucked up, you know what I'm saying? So he had made me change my perception of him, of a lot of cops, and I love that dude for that, you know what I'm saying? And as a grown man, I can say that, so you could think what you want, but I love the dude for that, man. That's my man Eric Glover, man. He made me change my perception of police officers. Now, my perception of people, their sexuality and race like that, I have always been the person, I don't care. Let me tell you something. I don't care if you a dude that like dudes. I don't care if you a female that like females. I don't care if you a dude that like females. I don't care if you a female that like dudes. I don't care if you a person that likes the opposite race. I don't care if you are the opposite race. I don't care about none of that shit. If you are an asshole, then that's when I don't fuck with you. I don't care about the color of your skin. I don't care about the career options that you choose. I don't care about your sexuality. I don't care about where you live. I don't care about how much money you got. I don't care about none of that shit. I fuck with everybody until they give me a reason not to. You know what I'm saying? I love everybody, dog. So, and I'm not even sipping and shit right now, because I can't sip because I gotta get up too early in the morning. So I fuck with everybody until people give me a reason not to fuck with them. And I say that because I've met so many different people on doing this YouTube and Facebook shit, this Twitch shit. I've met so many different people of all races, people of all genders, people of all sexualities, and I've never been the type of person that puts a person just because of who they are. I've never put them in a box to single them out to say, okay, I don't fuck with you. I don't give a fuck what you do. I don't give a fuck what sexuality you are. I don't give a fuck of none of that, because I'm cool with everybody. You cool with me. I don't care. Let me tell you something. There was this dude that I worked with when I worked with Mike, when me and Mike worked the same place. And I don't know the correct terminology because I don't want to offend anybody, but he was part of that community, right? I fuck with him. That was my man and shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't care about that. I met his dude. You know what I'm saying? We went out to there's this place called Captain George's, and I told him about it. A group of us went out there, you know what I'm saying, and he was cool because he never came to me, you know what I'm saying, with that, you know what I mean. I don't care, yo. I don't care because I'm comfortable with me, you know what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't understand this about me, and a lot of people look at some of the stuff that I do, I'm like, okay, he's off the hinges. Man, I'm just me. I'm the type of person that I'll give you the shirt off my back. I'll feed you. I'll give you the last dollar that I have. I'm not saying, okay, you gotta be loyal to me. You know, I'm not saying that Grand Wizard shit. I'm just saying, like, I have a heart. I have compassion against people. I'm the type of motherfucker that will stand up for somebody when they don't stand up for themselves. If I see wrongdoing, now I ain't no fucking Superman. I don't go out there and like, look, don't shoot him and shoot me instead. Like, nah, motherfucker, look, please don't. I'm not even going to, please don't shoot motherfucker. Nah, don't shoot me, nigga. Don't shoot us. The fuck you talk about? But what I'm saying is, like, I'm the type of motherfucker that's cool with everybody. You know what I'm saying? And let me see. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, I embrace motherfuckers, man. I embrace motherfuckers until a nigga give me a reason not to. And like I said, doing this streaming shit has let me meet a lot of people that I wouldn't have met if I didn't get in front of this camera and do these type of videos, right? My personality alone must have invited people like, okay, I'm gonna fuck with this dude, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna watch this dude, you know what I'm saying? Or take some of the shit that I say, I'm like, yeah, you know what? He's speaking some facts. Or like when we do the tutorials and shit, for a person to be like, yeah, I'm gonna listen to what he say and the shit worked out for me, blah, blah, blah. But for a motherfucker to be like, I don't know this dude, I'm gonna invite this dude to my house and shit, or, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna chop it up on the phone and shit like that, just because of the way that I am. This is fucking me, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that shit for all the people that I met over this internet shit. And I've met some really cool motherfuckers, man. I met some cool motherfuckers, man. Eric Glover, Dunn, Chimichanga. With Chimichanga, he changed his fucking name every fucking week. Like, it'd be Chimichanga one day and Chimmy Do one day. But I fuck with it. That's my man right there, 50 grand. You know what I'm saying? And other motherfuckers that I've met off of Mark, Elbow Media Studios, other people that I met on this joint. And I was just talking to him today about that shit, man. It's a wonderful thing to do, and I appreciate everybody that befriended me doing this. But I mean, everybody knows what my heart is. But I'm just getting so caught up from yeah, Chip, you know it's true. But telling you, man, and his philosophy on he's the only person, he's brought racism out to the forefront to make it comfortable. Now, I'm not saying that he is the cause of racism. He's not the inventor of racism, but he plays a very intricate part of taking racism from the shadows, bigotry from the shadows, lying from the shadows, and bring it into the forefront and make it acceptable. You know what I'm saying? 2 years ago, 5 years ago, motherfuckers wasn't getting called on by the police by walking down the street or barbecuing in the fucking park. Let me tell you something, and this ain't no stereotypical shit. Black people barbecue, man. We barbecue. The fuck is you talking about? I necessarily don't like barbecue food. I don't. There's a restaurant called Cookout. Never ate there. Probably never will, because if it tastes like barbecue food, I probably won't eat it. You know what I'm saying? I like when I go to a barbecue, I eat a hamburger or a hot dog. Chicken and you know, some food I just don't like this on the grill. I don't particularly like grill food. You know what I'm saying? But black people barbecue. That's what motherfuckers do. You know what I'm saying? Every black man that owns a house or rents an apartment, he either has a gas grill, a charcoal grill. If he lives in an apartment, he probably have one of those little mini grill. Or you might have the indoor George Foreman grill. We barbecue. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? And when we barbecue, we don't fucking get violent and shit like that. We just eat. We get fat. We get full. We get tired. May smoke a beer. May smoke a J or something like that. Just have a good fucking time. But we barbecue. We not violent and shit. We don't. It ain't like smoking crack. Now, I never tried crack, but it ain't like smoking crack and then like, oh man, I gotta go out there and get another hit, or I'm gonna go out there and kill somebody for another piece of crack. Nah, nigga, you barbecue, you good. You good. Y'all play some fucking dominoes. Y'all play some fucking spades, some bid whist. You know what I'm saying? And then you have a good fucking time. You have a fucking good time. To get the police called on you because you barbecue, we ain't had that shit a couple of years ago. I'm just saying that. Smoke a beer. Is that what I said? I'm sorry. I'm just saying that to say that racism has been brought out to the forefront because of him. Now, I can blame the Grand Wizard for bringing racism out. He brought racism out to the forefront. Racism will never disappear. I'm telling y'all that right now. Your children's will experience racism. It's a never-ending thing. It would never. The only time that there would be no racism, if they say, okay, we're going to put all the black people on the fucking moon. That's y'all planet. All right? All you black motherfuckers just get in these jets. We're going to ship y'all off to the moon. All right? That's y'all shit. Y'all fuck it up if y'all want to. That's y'all shit right there. All right? Bam. Boom. That's y'all. All right? We're going to take all the Asian motherfuckers. We're going to ship them to Venus. We're going to take all the Mexican motherfuckers. We're going to ship them to... Then you won't have any racism. You know what you have? You'll just have haters. You'll have haters. That's all you'll have. It won't be no race. How can you be on a planet that's all black and be like, I don't like that motherfucker? You probably don't like him because he got 4 pair of Jordans and you only got 1 pair. That's why you don't fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? And I know that analogy sounds stupid and shit, but I'm just saying it wouldn't be no fucking racism if everybody was on a different planet and it only included their fucking race. You know what I'm saying? So racism would still exist. Let me ask you this. If everybody in the world was born blind, if you were born blind from right now, if everybody in America was born blind, right? What would you be racist against? Would you be a racist if you were just born blind? You know what I'm saying? If everybody in the world was blind, would you be racist? You know what I'm saying? So, I like I said, when y'all watch this shit, I'd be all over the place. And it would be so more intense if I could drink tonight. You know what I'm saying? But I can't because I got to wake up early in the morning to go to work. But, he has brought racism out to the forefront. And it's more acceptable now than it was before. The shit that happened in Charlottesville or up in Virginia, I think that's where it happened. When he said there were some bad people on this side and that side, even if he meant to say they were bad, which they were fucked up, right? He didn't come off. That was his one opportunity or his one shot to say, okay, I'm not a racist. But he didn't take that opportunity. So for me to say that he's a racist, that's one of the proofs. That's one of the statements I can say, okay, he did that, and that proves that he's racist. Because the other remarks that he would say, if the way he talked to female reporters, is just stupid. You know what I'm saying? Always calling them names, and they're especially African American female reporters. The way that he talk about them is not only despicable, but it's also racist. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that, that's another side of the story. I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to get up on a high horse and say I never called a female a bitch, because that's not true. I've called plenty of females bitches. Plenty. And I'll probably call someone a bitch tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sitting up here on this stream saying that I'm perfect. I'm a lot older than what I was a couple of years ago, so I have more respect, and I carry myself a lot differently than what I did when I was under 21. So it's just a growing lesson. You know what I'm saying? But the whole purpose of the shutdown and all this other stuff, and the compelling evidence of what this guy is doing to this country is so fucked up, man. It's so fucked up. And again, if you're just tuning in, I just ramble and I just go on off and on, man, and this conversation may go to the left or to the right. I never know. I'm just saying what's on my mind and get all this shit out. And I mean, it's just deplorable, man. This dude has divided households. He has divided a nation. He has divided relationships that we have with other countries. And to try to emphasize that I'm just running out of shit. My words are just getting fucked up right now. But the shit with this dude is just so fucking frustrating. It's like I can say a million things about the Grand Wizard, and people can take that and be like, okay, nah, he's not none of that. When the proof is in the pudding, there are videos. A couple of years ago, before motherfuckers had cell phone cameras and affordable camcorders, you would catch none of this shit on tape. And all this shit you can argue. You can argue and say, back in the 80s, you know what I'm saying, early 80s, he could have got away with this shit because motherfuckers didn't have camcorders like that. Camcorders was too expensive. Motherfuckers ain't had cell phones. Damn sure didn't have no camera phones. So a lot of this shit could have been hard to try to convict them on. Motherfuckers didn't have emails and all. Man, niggas ain't have a lot of shit that they have right now. But when the shit is just blatantly in your face, you see it, you hear it, and you still have a reasonable doubt. That's a fucked. Trump got a lot of people's minds fucked, man. He got a lot of people's minds fucked. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call him that. I'm sorry. The Grand Wizard. He has a lot of people's minds fucked, man. And a lot of people are falling for that. This ain't a drink. This is tea. I wish I could take a sip. I'll do that tomorrow when Chimichunka playing Resident Evil for me, because I'm not doing it. He gonna stream that. This guy, man. This guy's an idiot. This guy's definitely a idiot. Yeah, that can be true. That is true. And I'm not going to say it's a right thing to do, but when you're in that moment, that's how you feel. Nah, it's Resident Evil, Jimmy. Resident Evil 2. I'm sorry, Resident Evil 2. I got the digital copy, but I was gonna play a little bit tonight, but I'm tired, man. I'm gonna get in the bed pretty soon. Tired. I'll be hard down. But you know, it's just so much. Some of the stuff I just wanted to get off my chest. Oh shit. I'm not sure if you do or not. Damn. I wish I had a 7-day trial to give you. Hey E, if you got a spare 7-day trial, can you text me that number? Cause I got to I'm gonna play Resident Evil 2 tomorrow. We can't. What time is it? Oh, it's 8:30. 8:38. We can try as soon as I end the stream. Then we can go on and try to see if you're able to share play without PS Plus. But Eric, if you have a spare code like a 30-day trial, 30-day trial, can I get that number so I can give to Chimmy? Just be tomorrow. Just see it work. Okay. All right. We gonna try it. We gonna try it. But yo, that was my rant. Hey, tomorrow, make sure that you tune in for some gameplay of Resident Evil 2 on the PlayStation 4 Pro. So it comes out tonight, 12 o'clock midnight Eastern Standard Time. 30-day code for what, bro? If you have a spare code, because I need Chimmy to play this game for me tomorrow. Because that Resident Evil, I played the demo, right? But that fucking demo, like my nerves bad and shit, right? So I can watch somebody play Resident Evil, but I can't play that shit. You know what I'm saying? I can play it if all the lights are on and shit, or if somebody in the room. So like if Shantae come in the room and she just sitting right, which she not gonna fucking do. But if she come in here and sit, like, or if I got my folks over, if they just come in the room, I can play the shit. But me playing that shit with nobody home and nobody in here, nah, bro, nah. I'm a bow down to the motherfuckers that can play Resident Evil in the dark with nobody at the house, because as soon as I hear a fucking sound, I'm calling the police and I'm standing outside and they gonna clear the house before I can go back in there. I'm not playing that game. I'm gonna tell you something. I play Resident Evil Biohazard, the joint that you can play in VR, right? I played it enough to do my review on it. I got, places and shit. But when I tried to play that shit by myself, I'm stuck right now. I'm stuck inside of a room in Resident Evil Biohazard. I'm stuck inside of a room. And when I go outside of the room, there's a zombie and shit. They're like, I was like, fuck that. I'm not playing this shit. So I went in the room, saved the game, and turned the shit off. Because I wasn't playing it. I wasn't playing it. What the fuck? $60. Oh, happy birthday, bro. I'll see what I can do tomorrow. But Eric, if you got a spare code, because I don't have one, and I used the last one up last year sometime because they were about to expire, and I do have one, but the shit's already expired. But yeah, I don't have no more 30-day codes, and yeah, I don't do hard games. I I do hard games if there are a group of people in the room. But outside of that, I don't do hard games, man. I don't do hard games. Not at all. And I know people that's tuning in, I was talking about the Trumpament shutdown. This conversation has went to the Trumpament shutdown, to Fred is scared to play Resident Evil games. And I mean, we just went all over the place. Oh, you don't have PlayStation Plus no more? Oh, yeah, he needs a PlayStation Plus code. Yeah. Just if you got a 30-day jump that I can give him, because I'm tapped out. But, yeah, just a 30-day code. If you have one to spare, text it to me, and I'll give it to him. And I'll see if Quest have one, or Eric, not Eric, but Mark has a code, and I'll see if okay. All right. So Chimmy, I'm gonna get the code, and I'm gonna send it to you tonight or tomorrow. All right, when you get off. All right. So I'm gonna send you the code. Eric gonna text me the code, and I'm gonna text you the code so you can play Resident Evil for me tomorrow, because I'm not playing that shit. I'll watch you play it, but I'll just sit back and I'll drink. So Chimmy is going to play Resident Evil tomorrow. I'm gonna sit back with my Crown Royal. Oh, they got the peach. I may get some Crown Royal peach tomorrow. All right, so let me see. Nah, just hold off. We're gonna get you a 30-day drink tomorrow. So he said he gonna give it to me when he get off tomorrow. So I'll text you the code. Fruity drinks. I like this drink called a Singapore Sling. If you ever had, let me see. I forget what's in it. I know it's cherry brandy, grenadine, something else. It's so many different combinations of way how you can make a Singapore Sling, because even when I looked it up, it had so many different ingredients. But all I know is I think it's 2 liqueurs in it. But if a Singapore Sling is made right, it tastes like Kool-Aid, and if you drink enough of them, you'll be dancing on the table. You know what I'm saying? So it's called a Singapore Sling. Singapore Sling. That's the name of. That's the only fruit. No, that's the fruity drink. There's another drink called the Snow Cone. It looks just like a snow cone. They got the 3 tiers. It has the blue at the bottom. I don't know how they do that shit, but it has the blue at the bottom, the white in the middle, and the red at the top. And it tastes just like a snow cone, but it'll get you there. It'll have you there. Yeah. But I had that. What was it? Christmas. I had that because we had people over to the house, and I had these. Did I have the shot pours then? Yeah, I had some shot pours. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. Did I? Well, anyway, I had these drink dispensers that dispenses a shot. You just pull your cup under it, and it dispenses a shot. And I needed a drink to level off because it was a 3 carousel shot pour, and I had to go get another bottle to match the weight. And I wound up finding the Long Island iced tea bottle. And oh no, hell no, nope, I can't do it. Can't do it, bruh. Nope. But we talked to Shantae mother, and we're gonna bring her down there. Bring her down there next year. She like oysters. She fuck with them oysters, so she would probably take them shots. Her and her father, they would take them shots. I can't do it. I can't do it. I do some Crown Royal though. I definitely do some Crown Royal. They got the peach out. I ain't tried the Crown Royal peach yet, but I know it's delicious. I know it's delicious. I got the what I got downstairs. I think I got apple. What's that? Yeah, I got apple in here. The vanilla's gone. But the peach, I haven't tried the peach yet. Yeah. Oh, I'm telling you, bro. I was so fucked up. Me and Chuck was so fucked up. All I remember is getting in the car. Now let me tell you about a Camaro. Now, a oyster shot is the joint where you, I don't know what the, Eric, put in the shot what an oyster shot is, but getting back to that, right? We were so fucked up, and a Camaro is, if you try to sleep inside of a Camaro, it's the most uncomfortablest ass feeling. If you're sitting in the back seat of a Camaro, they should have made a Camaro a two-seater car, because there is no leg room for the person that's sitting in the back of a Camaro. Now this is I think it's a 2018. I think that Camaro is 2018, right? So we're driving home in a Camaro. Now Chuck is sitting in the back. I'm sitting in the front. Shantae is driving. All I remember is getting her on the beltway, and I was out. The next thing I remember is Shantae saying, "Chuck, you home." Chuck gets out the car. Man, that shit, all I seen was Chuck like going from side to side, struggling to get the fuck in the house. I go back to sleep. Next thing I know, I'm at the house. And next thing I know, I'm up the next morning. So I was fucked up. I was fucked. And you know the reason why I was fucked up? Is I didn't eat anything before I came to your house. I drunk. When I got to your house, after I drunk, then I ate. I didn't eat nothing all day. When was that? When was your party? It was on a... Was it on a Friday? Or no, it was on a Saturday. So, yeah, I don't think I... Because what was I doing? The day before that, I think that's when I was still working at my other job. Okay, it was on Saturday. So, I think we had to wait till Shantae got off. And I was still asleep. So when I woke up, I got in the shower and got dressed. And then it was time to come down there. So I didn't eat anything. And we all know if you don't put nothing on your stomach and you start drinking, yeah. And then I started, because it was like, all right. I think you was, what the fuck was you mixing? You mixed apple and something else. Because whatever it was, that shit was good, right? So you had mixed, because I think that's all that I was drinking that night. That's all I can remember. Because I ain't drinking no white. I was just drinking brown. And you had mixed apple with something. I was like, yeah, give me another one of them Jones. And give me another one of them Jones. And then your man's daughter was downstairs mixing something. And I drunk that. And, apple and caramel. Okay. So you was mixing those. And then she had mixed something else. And me and Chuck we was done. We was done. We was done, but we had a good fucking time. We had a good time. And now, before I tell this story, I'm Eric. Is it okay for me to tell the story how I found out that you was an officer before? Because I don't want to put it out there, because if you at work, I want you to show people. If you say it's okay for me to tell it, I want you to get some people together and watch this. Okay, all right. I'm gonna give. I don't know if you text me. Put in the chat when you ready. I want you to get a group together so they can hear this story. All right, I'm gonna tell y'all why my mind changed on police. Okay, all right. So during the Gamer Show, I don't know if Eric, if he saw the series that I did now, the Gamer Show live stream, where it's probably me most of the time. It's Mike. Okay, so this and the Gamer Show, right? So some of the, I don't know what videos he saw, right? And then when I talked about police officers, I talked about them in an unflattering way, because I was like, fuck the police and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So when Eric reached out to me, he was like, he liked the way that Mike and I do the show and shit, right? So that was over, I don't know, maybe a couple of months, I would say. Then he had reached out to me. He was like, well, you should come to my crib. You know what I'm saying? I host this Christmas party every year. Won't you come past? You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, cool. So I may have talked to you on the phone a couple of times, and we corresponded over that. But that's why I said I'm thankful for meeting a lot of people on YouTube. So, all right, look. Go to Eric's house. All right. And I'm sitting in the house, and he is the one that introduced me to Crown Royal Apple, right? Y'all gotta check out the last year's season and see the review that we did on Crown Royal Apple. So I'm getting to the story. So I get to Eric's house. He introduced me to some Crown Royal, right? So I'm taking these Jones back. I'm like, God damn, no chaser? All right, I'm fucking these Jones up. So I'm fucked up right now. I'm fucked up, right? So all night, I must have put that shit in the back of my head, because all night I kept hearing people say Sergeant, Sarge, Captain, and shit like that. So I'm thinking, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like ignoring this shit. Then I'm sitting at the bar, and one of Eric's co-workers was talking about a gun, right? So I guess the dude was, you know what I'm saying, like police allowed to carry their guns when they off duty, but the cop, he wasn't drinking, because I kept hearing them say, nah, you know what I'm saying, nah, the dude wasn't drinking and shit, right? So, you know what I'm saying, he had a gun on him. So I'm like, and then something else happened, because I can't remember all the details, but when I heard gun and I saw the gun, I was like, where the fuck am I at? I'm like, because I don't know Eric. I don't know Eric as well. You know what I'm saying? This is my first time physically meeting him. So this is a guy that I met over YouTube that invited me out to his house because he liked the videos. He liked Mike and I, because he was like, won't both of y'all come out there? Now, mind you, I've said some unflattering things about cops, and I've shared some personal information. So I'm like, where the fuck am I at? I'm like, hold up, this motherfucker got guns and shit. I'm like, I ain't afraid of no fucking guns. This motherfucker got guns and shit. I'm like, and then I'm looking at the house. Nice. His man cave is immaculate, man. It was like when I walked into his man cave, I was like, that's all the shit that I wanted to do. So I'm like, hold up. This motherfucker sell drugs or something? Like, is this nigga a kingpin? And then I started putting two and two together. Sarge, Chief, Sarge, Chief. He a cop. Eric a fucking cop. I'm like, oh shit. Yo, I was like, Shantae sitting right beside me. I'm like, yo, he's a cop. I think I remember Shantae saying, you know he was a cop? I was like, fuck no, I ain't know he was no cop. I'm like, I'm thinking that fucking Chris Hansen about to pop out and shit and be like, oh man, you got warrants, nigga. I'm like, oh shit, yo, he's a fucking cop. I'm nervous. I'm like, I'm sweating bullets. So I can remember Eric saying, hey Fred, you want another drink? I'm like, nope, no. I'm like, nah. Shit, cause I'm like, I did all these YouTube videos about cops and fuck the police. I'm like, all right, they done ran an undercover sting on your boy Fred Y. It was like, oh, we got this nigga now. I'm thinking when I get in the car and I pull off, all I'ma see is woo, 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 woo. Get the fuck out the car. I'm like, oh shit. So I'm trying to sober up real quick. I'm like, man, you got some water, dog? You know, so my fucking boo, I was up here. I was straight. And then I was like, whoop. I'm like, oh shit, yo. I'm about to get locked the fuck up. I'm like, man, I ain't got enough money to get out. I got like $100 in my account. Fucking Broadwater gonna charge at least like $2,000 to get out. I'm in VA, Mo. Like, VA make their own fucking laws. Like, if you jaywalk, that's 5 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck, yo. I'm trying to sober up, so I'm like drinking water and shit, right? And my shit come down a little bit, but the whole time my shit is coming down, I'm seeing how all these officers that I done said fuck the police, and I said all this hard shit about, like, these motherfuckers cool. And then I started thinking, like, this is how officers act when they off duty? This is how police act off duty? Like, some of these motherfuckers goofy. But I'm saying goofy in a good way, right? So I'm like, they goofy. And then I'm looking at Eric. I'm like, nah, this can't be no fucking setup because it's too elaborate. Like, Eric, his man cave is like some shit that you fucking, like, you can't invite a true gamer, a big gamer to Eric's house because a motherfucker will not want to leave. When you see the shit, how his shit is. Now, I'm not going to go detail for detail, but his shit is like, it'll make you, yo, his man cave, and he's a fucking police officer. So I'm like, yo, he cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, these motherfuckers, they cool. They not like the shit. So I'm like, I'm thinking, I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool. Like, these motherfuckers cool. All right. Like, so my perception changed. I'm like, yeah, we cool. Well, okay, Eric's cool and shit. So I'm still drinking water because still at this point, I'm like, I'm not trying to pull off and get no fucking tickets. So it was on, and this is the honest God truth. It was only after we got back home and I stepped in the house, because before I walked into my house, I turned around and started looking for, like, okay, did anybody follow us home? I mean, I ain't drive back. Shantae drove. I'm like, did anybody follow us home? No, ain't nobody follow us home. All right, let me go ahead and lock the door. And then I turn back around. Like, hold up. Did somebody knock on the door? Is that the police? And then I went. I mean, I could not sleep that fucking night. I'm sitting in the bed like, hold up. This is when I lived in the apartment. So every car that drove past, I lived on the ground floor, right? Every car that drove past, I seen lights. I was like, oh shit, that's a fence. So I was paranoid the whole fucking night. And it wasn't until that next morning I woke up, I was like, damn, man. I was like, hold up. And I had to reevaluate shit. I'm like, okay, this guy that don't know me from Adam and Eve, he invited me to his house. He's now the bachelor. You know what I'm saying? He had his family, he had his wife, he had his kids, he had his friends. And to see this foul mouth, fuck the police, just ignorant ass motherfucker on YouTube and Facebook, he says all this shit, all this hard shit. I'm gonna look past that. I'm gonna invite this motherfucker to the house because we have something in common. He's a gamer. Eric is a fucking gamer, and he's a fucking gamer, and we have so much fucking in common. You know what I'm saying? Like, so much in common. For him to invite me to his house, it's like, not all police are like that, because he's not like that. The dudes that was at his house that was officers, they wasn't like that. Like, yeah, and this has been like maybe 3 years in the making, and every year he invites us out, Mike and I. He invites us out to come out to his house, and it became from just an associate to a good friend. Eric is a dear friend of mine, and I met him over YouTube. So that's the story of how I'm telling you, that shit was just trippy because I was fucked up. I was fucked up. You hear me? I was, man, that fucking Crown Royal, drinking that shit straight, no chaser, it would change your fucking life dramatically. That shit, my shit was Johnny Walker Red, but after I drunk that Crown Royal Apple, I was like, man, you can walk the fuck somewhere else, Johnny. I'm sticking with Crown Royal. You know what I'm saying? And man, so that's the story of how Fred met Eric. So, I ain't just a cop. Oh, oh man. He say, you know what's funny as hell? I'm not just a cop, I'm a federal cop. I'm party with the feds. We party with the feds, bro. Hey, that shit is so funny, man. Man. Oh, that was hilarious. Man, it's more hilarious if you've been there, if you would have seen. Because my face just dropped, yo. When I put two and two together, I'm like, I'm just seeing shit flash. Like, officer, chief, colonel, sarge, shift, guns, like all this up. He's a fucking cop. I'm up. Fuck. And I swear on everything. I'm looking around and I'm thinking motherfuckers about to jump out. Like, nigga, we got you now, nigga. Just like all that shit that you said on YouTube now, yeah. And I'm like, oh, I am so fucked. And I did not have enough money in the Broadwater cost some change. You know what I'm saying? I did not have enough money in the bank to get that motherfucker. So I would have stayed in Virginia for a while. I had stayed locked up for a while. And he turned out to be a good dude, man. Eric turned out to be a good dude, man. So that's the story of how Fred met Eric, and it just for him to embrace Mike and I, and just to invite us into his home with his family, with his wife. You know what I'm saying? Some nigga that you don't know. That's now I think what happened was the way that I talk. Sometimes it was like, oh, he got to be from DC. You know what I mean? And it was like, yeah. So that's what I think that's what got him to invite me to his house. Because if I would have lived in Cali and shit like that, he wouldn't have like, look, come to the house. But I think it was like something that I said, like, people in DC have a certain lingo, right? So a certain way that they talk, and I guess I talk like I'm from DC, right? So I think that's what hold on. That's how he knew I was from DC. And that's the way that shit happened. And yeah, man. So, but it's all good. 3 years in, and this year, last year, man, I wish I had that video. Do I have it? It's on the Facebook page. So there's there was a suit that I saw inside Marshall's. It was a Star Wars suit. And I had got that motherfucker, man. I was like, yeah, I took a picture of it, and Eric's wife's like, please wear that to the party. I was like, yeah. But what Eric didn't know, and him and his wife didn't know, is that I was going to put my Darth Vader mask on. And then every year that we go to Eric party, we always bring him something, right? So I brought him some Crown Royal, but I put the Crown Royal, Chuck and I had chipped in to get him some Crown Royal. So I put the Crown Royal inside of a Star Wars lunchbox. So I come in, I got the Star Wars jacket on, the Star Wars tie, and the Star Wars slacks, and my Darth Vader helmet. So let me see. I don't want to take this shit off, but yeah, it's sitting right there. But and I came inside that junk, man, and that shit was funny. So it's somewhere either on the I know it's not on the YouTube, but it's on my Facebook page. If you go to the Gamer Show Facebook page, you'll see that video. But the shit was just hilarious, and we just had a good time. Eric had on a light up shirt, sweater, Redskin sweater, and Chuck had on, I think it was a light up suit. Yeah, a light up suit. So I think Eric, you should do that every year, man. Everybody just come dressed in the ugly sweater or Christmas theme something. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, I'm about to get up off this joint. It's almost 10 o'clock. I gotta get up off here so I can get some fucking sleep. I'm about to go check and see something with Jimmy, see if he can share play without PlayStation Plus. And because I need them to play that shit tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna be out. But y'all come through tomorrow. That's when I'm gonna be that's when I'm gonna sip. I guarantee it's gonna be very entertaining, and we're gonna have some fun playing Resident Evil on the PlayStation 4. This stream will probably start around 7ish. Oh, you're welcome so much, bruh. And yeah, man, we'll stream tomorrow night, and yeah, we'll just have some fun. And I'll probably stream until Shantae get off of work tomorrow. We'll probably stream something else. But yeah, bro. Thank you everybody for watching on Facebook, Twitch TV, Periscope, Mixer, and YouTube. 5 channels that I stream to simultaneously. So I appreciate y'all for coming through, watching, and please be back here tomorrow. So y'all can see some Resident Evil 2 gameplay. So y'all be easy. I love you, bruh. Eric, you stay safe out there, bruh. And I will see you tomorrow. And if any of Eric co-workers are working and you see this stream, hello to everybody. And if you are one of the cops that came out to his party, man, you probably y'all some cool dudes, man. I fuck with y'all. All right. So that's about it. That's all. Peace be out, and I'll see y'all tomorrow around about 7 o'clock. But nigga time, that's probably 8 o'clock. So I'll see y'all tomorrow.